The Toronto Maple Leafs have made a bold move that could reshape their defensive lineup. In a surprising trade, the Leafs have sent a key player packing to San Jose, gaining not just valuable draft picks but also a seasoned defenseman in return. With the stakes high and fans buzzing with excitement, what does this mean for the future of our beloved team? Stay tuned to find out, and don't forget to subscribe and like to keep up with all the latest Maple Leafs news. Today, the Toronto Maple Leafs made a significant move in the trade market, sending defenseman Timothy Liljegren to the San Jose Sharks. In return, we received a third-round draft pick for the 2025 NHL entry draft, San Jose's own sixth-round pick for 2026, and defenseman Matt Benning. It's always tough to see a player like Liljegren go, but let's break down what this means for our team moving forward. Liljegren had shown flashes of brilliance during his time with the Leafs, but the reality is that the team is looking to shake things up and perhaps free up some cap space. This trade, while it may feel bittersweet, gives us a chance to bring in Matt Benning, a seasoned defenseman with experience in the league. Benning's statistics speak for themselves. He's had 102 points in 464 career NHL games. His experience could be invaluable as we push toward the playoffs this season. Benning, at 30 years old, brings a physical presence and solid defensive play to our lineup. He's not just a filler, he's a player who can step in and contribute right away. Having skated in 7 games already this season with the Sharks, he's got fresh legs and an opportunity to prove himself in a new environment. Toronto fans need to remember that Benning was originally selected by Boston in the 6th round of the 2012 NHL draft, which shows he has had to work hard to carve out his niche in the NHL. Now, let's talk about those draft picks. The third-round pick from San Jose is a strategic move, as this selection is expected to be earlier than the others we could have received. This could mean a chance to draft a promising young talent who could become a key player in the future. And with a 6th-round pick in 2026, we're adding more ammunition for potential trades or depth in our prospect pool. It's a long-term play that could pay off down the line. But here's where it gets tricky. You have to wonder if this was the best decision for the team right now. You know, I'm honestly a bit torn myself. While I understand the need to make bold moves to improve our roster, trading away a young player like Liljegren makes me question whether this is the right direction. Are we building for the future, or are we just trying to patch things up for a playoff run? This trade does have implications for our chances this season. Benning's presence could solidify our defensive core, but will it be enough? Can he step up and fill the role we need him to? For a team like the Maple Leafs, expectations are always high, and every move is scrutinized by fans who are desperate to see our team break through and win a championship. So, what do you think, Leafs Nation? Do you believe this was the right move? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Are you excited about Benning joining the squad, or are you more concerned about losing a young talent like Liljegren? As we navigate this season, it's important for us to stay engaged and support our team, no matter the ups and downs. I genuinely think that every decision made by the front office is with the long-term goal in mind, but that doesn't mean it's easy to swallow. The Toronto Maple Leafs won't trade Mitch Marner, but let's dive into this hypothetical situation. Marner is undeniably one of the best players in the NHL, and he's been a cornerstone for this franchise. However, with the looming specter of salary cap constraints, some are asking if it might make sense to trade him before he becomes too expensive to keep. I know, this sounds absurd, especially considering how vital he is to our playoff hopes, but bear with me. The Leafs are solid cup contenders now, which complicates the idea of trading a player like Marner. He has a no-trade clause, and the team's management isn't about to jeopardize the season by letting go of one of their key players. But let's face it, this organization has a history of disappointments, and with almost 60 years without a cup, shouldn't they be open to exploring every avenue to finally bring home the trophy? The thought of letting Marner walk for nothing would be a crushing blow, and I believe that even the most loyal fans can understand the need for a strategic approach. Now, imagine a trade scenario that could potentially shake things up: the Leafs sending Marner to the Pittsburgh Penguins. Picture this: Toronto acquires Yevgeny Malkin, Erik Karlsson, with salary retained, Michael Bunting, and a first-round pick, while Pittsburgh gets Marner and Kalle Jarnkrok. This would undoubtedly be a blockbuster deal, but could it make sense for both teams? With Kyle Dubas now at the helm in Pittsburgh, he knows Marner well, and wouldn't he want to bring in a player of his caliber? The Penguins are at a crossroads, needing to rebuild while still keeping their core intact. By adding Marner, they can remain competitive while also looking to the future. Plus, they have a ton of cap space coming up, which would allow them to sign Marner long-term once Malkin and Crosby eventually retire. As for the Leafs, acquiring Malkin brings a wealth of experience. While he's 38, he can still contribute significantly. Imagine a line shift where Malkin plays alongside our existing stars. No one in the league would have a more formidable center depth. And with Karlsson, we'd also be adding a top-tier defenseman who can quarterback the power play. But here's where it gets tricky. Trading Marner could devastate the team's chemistry. He's been pivotal in every playoff run, even if he's not had the best postseason performances. It's hard to argue against the value he brings on a nightly basis. He's a local kid who has faced the media storm head-on and delivered consistently. The reality is, without him, the Leafs might struggle to even make the playoffs. So, what do you think? Is trading Marner a risk worth taking, or is it a mistake waiting to happen? I'm honestly torn here. On one hand, the potential return in a deal like this could set the franchise up for long-term success. On the other, losing a player of Marner's caliber could set us back years. I want to hear your thoughts. Do you believe this trade could be beneficial for the Leafs, or should they hold on to Marner at all costs? Share your expectations and frustrations in the comments below. Let's debate this crucial decision that could alter the course of our beloved team's future. If you enjoyed this analysis and want to stay updated on all things Toronto Maple Leafs, don't forget to hit that like button, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. And hey, make sure to activate that notification bell so you never miss any of our essential updates.